This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we do another Arena Cube draft, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store using my referral link if you're on YouTube by clicking on the link in the description, and on Twitch by clicking on the logo below. They have all kinds of great Magic products for the holidays, for just in general, so check them out. Alright. So, this pack is not the most exciting one I've ever seen. Which is weird because we're playing Cube. The pick might just be Golos. There's like a 5-color good stuff deck, but even without crazy stuff going on, like 5 colors, it's a pretty nice card. Gives you good fixing, which is important in this, in Cube. It's completely busted if you can get the mana. I mean, this is sort of pushing you towards mono black or close to it, but it is quite strong. This is pushing you towards a reanimator deck, which is a thing. But yeah, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here that's like so powerful that it's really pulling me into one of these decks. I think I'm just gonna take Golos. Judith maybe she should be pulling me in that direction because the sacrifice deck is pretty legit. But let's go with Golos. Okay. So if we're interested in ramp, which, Golos kind of wants us to be, Incubation Druid's a pretty good pick here. Rankle is quite strong. I like the removal that can also give you creatures. Plus it's Graveyard Hate, which is very real in this format. I mean, there's a lot of graveyard shenanigans. In multiple different decks, with like Woe Strider sitting right here. I'm sort of inclined to take the Druid, see if we can make a ramp work. I think Rankle and Never to Return are the other two cards really on the table. The lands, of course, are pretty good too, and Golos can search up any land, which makes his fixing even better than most cards. But yeah, let's go with the Druid here. Okay. Well, it's hard not to take Questing Beast. There's a lot of Planeswalkers in this format. It's way better here than... it's already good, like, in a regular limited format, but it's even better in a format with lots of Planeswalkers, which is what we're looking at. It could take a lot more Visionary and keep pushing towards ramp, but I think I like Questing Beast enough here. Bolus's Citadel can be pretty good in that Sacrifice deck, which we, passed Judith a minute ago. But we'll take the Questing Beast here. Okay, well, Mirari's Wake is one of the best things to ramp with. Sphinx's Revelation is quite strong. I think I'm going to take the Wake here. It's also good for like a token deck, but, we'll be able to ramp into some crazy stuff with the help of Mirari's Wake. Cast Out. Great removal spell, but I think Mirari's Wake is one of the bigger signposts for the ramp decks in this format. And we have it, so. There's this pack, which Priest of Forgotten Gods is a crazy good engine if you can get it going. Garrick's Uprising, we might have enough big guys to make it work, but I'm not super sold on it. Maybe I just take the Executioner. It gives us 2 bodies, which, Mirari's Wake likes for the Anthem part of it. And, we'll have a bunch of mana. So having a removal spell mana sink isn't bad. Mayhem Devil, Priest here, both are really strong sacrifice cards. It'll be interesting to see if either come back, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll take the Executioner here. Okay, so we're not really seeing the most great things to ramp into. I mean, Magma Quake is kind of fun, but, frequently we're going to be behind our opponent. So thanks for all the gift subs yet again, Sinister. Your generosity is always something I really appreciate. So thanks a lot. So I could take a land here. Just like Evolving Wilds. Eliminate's not a bad removal spell. We may end up being a multicolored deck. But it's not like incredible either. I'm going to take the Wilds here. Okay, so... Well, we do have Karuga here. Which is pretty good. Approach to the Second Sun isn't the worst win condition for a control deck. Man. So Karuga interests me. Even if we just play Karuga as a creature, he's pretty good. So I think we'll take Karuga here. Okay, so Reclamation Sage is better than it looks in this set. There's enough artifacts and enchantments. Ranger of Eos is good in the aggro deck. I think we'll take the Sage here. Okay, Mouth to Feed's not bad. So we have several cards now, a couple cards anyway, that care about expensive cards, cards with high power. And Mouth to Feed is another one of those. Okay, well, I guess Elspeth coming back isn't too bad. Never to Return is a very powerful removal spell, as you said earlier. Fiend Artisan's not bad either. Definitely better in like a graveyard deck. Yeah. I think we'll take Elspeth in the end here.
Rend the sun from the heavens. Heliod will pay.
Yeah, so here I think we'd probably take a Triome over a Mirrodin's Core. Yeah, I mean, it's really good fixing. It's hard to say no to. So this Wield, which kind of makes it look like the aggro deck could be open. The other option we have, you know, this also is a good aggro card. I think I'm going to take Heroic Reinforcements. If aggro is like stupid open, we could end up there. And there's also a Tajik here, so things are looking like aggro might be stupid open. The Shelter might be worth considering, but I have a hard time saying no to those good aggro cards that we just saw. All right. So far, we have a bit of ramp with Mirari's Wake being like the main thing. We don't have anything great to ramp into yet. We do have Karuga, or Golos, whose ability is awesome, but yeah. So, I mean, Skyclave Apparition is nice. It's a removal spell. That's also a creature, and that's always really good. So, that's worth thinking about. I think that's probably where we're going to end up going here. Like, Filigree Familiar is a nice little card. This double-faced modal card isn't bad, but I think we'll take the Apparition. Okay, well... Another really good card for the aggro deck is here. But there's also some pretty good stuff for the deck we're already in. And, yeah, I have a hard time. I mean... Switching to aggro could be something we do. I mean, we didn't spend any real picks on either of these. But there's also a Jade Light Ranger here, which is just a nice card. You know, Explore Twice is great. So I think it's what we're going to take here. Overturn Timber Symbiosis. Maybe the Aspirant, and maybe even Angel of Invention could be good. Do I just want the Angel? I mean, we're going wide a little bit between the Executioner and Elspeth. We could start to go wider. Like, green-white is definitely a go-wide deck. You know, I'm going to take the Angel here. And maybe we're going to zero in more on going wide than we are on ramping. Okay, well, here's a Cultivate. I think we probably want that. I do like the Mammoth. The Thragtusk is awesome too, but with Golos, I think we want to try as hard as we can to make this deck make Golos work. So yeah, I think we take Cultivate here. So Commit to Memory, not bad. Escape to the Wilds is really good. My main concern is still that we're not really picking up things that help us ramp. Or, we have a decent amount of ramp. We're not picking up things to ramp into. I think I am going to take Escape to the Wilds here, but... Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So, now we have a big scary thing to ramp into, which is what we really needed. We wouldn't mind, like, the Druid. Even Helm of the Host coming back would be good. But we're definitely taking Ulamog here. Collected Company, not going to be that good in this deck. Song of Freyalise does ramp for us. But we definitely need to have a low curve for it to really be good at it. But it might still be worth it. I could just take more fixing, too, like this Scattered Groves. I think I'll take the Song, though. Okay, Growth Spiral, huh? Yeah, I think we'll take the Growth Spiral. Mechagodzilla is not bad, but... Okay. So here's a Scoot Swarm. We already have a couple of ways of triggering landfall multiple times in a turn. I don't hate having Scoot Swarm as a win condition. Pelucranos isn't bad either, obviously. But I think I'm going to take the Swarm here. Yeah. Okay, so all this stuff came back. Would I rather have a Vastwood Fortification or a Filigree Familiar is basically what we're looking at. I think the Familiar makes more sense in this deck. So that Luminarch Aspirant came back, which is interesting. Turntimber Symbiosis is not the worst thing to ramp into. Ovia Pashiri is more about tokens. We could just take the Luminarch Aspirant too. It's not going to be as good in this deck as it would be in a really aggressive one, but I think we'll take Symbiosis in the end here. Okay, I think here we'll take Fairgrounds Warden over the Mammoth. We could use some removal. Here we'll take... Yeah, I think we'll take Balaged Recovery in the end here. Okay, I don't hate the Dryad. So I don't think we're going to be an aggro deck. We've passed some good aggro cards in this last pack. And I think we're kind of getting there now on ramp. We'd kind of like some more, but I think we are kind of getting there now. A little bit more fixing wouldn't hurt. So, yeah. In this pack we have a Skittering Surveyor, which is a good fixer. So Phylath, who can take over games. I'm leaning towards Phylath, I think. Gives us another, probably the last kind of card we need to hold together this deck's win conditions. So I think we'll take Phylath here. And the rest of the way we can kind of focus on ramp, focus on ramp. So this isn't a terrible thing to ramp into, but it's not amazing. Angel of Sanctions is, you know, Oblivion Ring with wings, which is nice. Plane-wide Celebration's pretty gross. Mangara is quite good. It'll help us survive early onslaughts from our opponents. I think in the end that's probably what we want a little more than the Angel. So are we a Maul of the Skyclaves deck? Slash, do we want to splash Languish? I mean, the Maul's not going to be bad. Vastwood Surge is nice at setting up some things. You probably take Treasure Map for this deck. Gives us some more fixing. Yeah. Let's do it. What does this Vivian do? Not amazing for us anyway. Probably just grab some fixing here. So at this point, I'd say we're splashing red more than we're splashing blue. So yeah, we'll take the Triome in the end there. Okay, Wildborn Preserver isn't bad. Neither is Glass Casket. The question is whether I'd just rather have another land to shore up our mana. I think maybe I just want another land here. Ooh, this is a good thing to splash. And we can do it reasonably well. We have big creatures. Bringing them back can be pretty gross. So I think we want back for more here. More than Assassin's Trophy. Okay, so I think I just take another land here, an irrigated farmland. History of Benalia. Yeah, I don't think we want that. That's definitely more of an aggro card. I think Temple Garden. Ooh, Skittering Surveyor came back. I'm happy about that. So did Angel of Sanctions, which I'm not sad about either. We could take the Marsh. It would make it easier for us to splash back for more. But at this point, I think we're doing pretty well. I'm going to take the Angel. Yeah. We're going to have the mana we want, I think. Probably not playing Growth Spiral, but we can probably splash everything else. I don't love the way this deck kind of panned out. I kind of feel like we didn't really get there and going wide, and we might not have really gotten there on ramp either, but I guess we'll see. Definitely looks like fun, and we're going to be able to use Golos' ability from time to time, thanks to our mana. Alright, we'll grab this breeding pool. Yeah, so we have 3 lands that produce black, plus the Evolving Wilds. Plus this Bright Climb Pathway. Plus this Godless Shrine. Yeah. So our mana definitely came through there. We're going to be a 4-color deck, splashing both green and or red and black. Yeah. So if we want to play Karuga as our companion, we only have to cut 3 cards. And man, it might be worth it. Not nearly as good as Karuga used to be. You know, used to be, like all the companions, it used to be that you could just play them from the companion zone. And that's not the case here. So that's kind of annoying. But I'm considering it. I mean, granted, these are 3 really good sources of fixing. And that might be a problem. I think it probably is in the end. I think we kind of have to leave this stuff. I think we can probably cut this Dryad. I don't imagine it really being a good win condition for us. The Angel's not great anymore either. I mean, mostly she'll be the larger version of herself. Which is fine. But I think we probably lose her. So Ministrant's probably not something we're interested in this deck. Is Elspeth. So we do have 2 double-face modal cards. It probably means we can cut 1 land. But yeah. So do we need irrigated farmland in this deck? I guess it gives us a source of blue for Golos, and we can always cycle it away, so probably. We didn't pick up any other black cards that were splashing. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to figure out what to cut here. As it often is. So we probably are going to lose the Executioner. Like, the go wide plan is a thing, but it's not like a great thing. Our deck is mostly interested in doing silly ramp things as opposed to that. So the question is whether I want to cut a forest. I actually need to run one basic swamp so that our Evolving Wilds can grab it. So, yeah. I probably just cut one more card, cut a forest here, add a swamp. Maybe. And then we have one more card to cut, which I think is going to come down to... maybe it's Reclamation Sage. I mean, it's going to have a target a lot, but... the reason I cut a forest is because I have the Balaget Recovery and Turn Timber Symbiosis, but green is our most predominant color, so you could be right. We'd have a million lands that produce it, but you know what? You're definitely right, because we don't have that many red cards. Yeah, I didn't really look at that side of things. I didn't realize the auto land thing was like, play a bunch of mountains, because yeah, we don't really need that many mountains. We just need one. I'm clicking on the plus. That's kind of funny. There we go. So we go down to one mountain, add back a forest. Yeah, one swamp. One plains. Does that one plains actually make sense? I'm not convinced it does. It probably does. We have a bunch of... yeah, it's probably alright. Okay. So we actually need to add one more land. I guess it can be a plains. Yeah. And then cut one more card. Guess maybe Mouth to Feed is the most exciting thing either. Yeah, I think that's a good place to go. Alright. Well, this is a wacky 5-color deck, more or less. Let's see how it goes. Hello, Seth. I'm glad you've been a subscriber since the beginning, more or less. All right, let's see how we do here with this wacky ramp deck. Burberry, the limited review for Kaldheim will actually probably be... oh, wait, it's not January. Yeah, you're right, next month. Okay, not bad. What we don't want to run up against is really aggressive decks, which this could be one of, obviously. I guess we're going to grab a Plains with that. Alright, looks like they're not an aggressive deck, so that's good. And we're going to play Breeding Pool tapped. So I could try to go for Cultivate here rather than Surveyor. I think we'd rather have the Surveyor right now. I mean, adding to the board definitely matters. Although, you know what? Let's cultivate. There's a chance you're going to counter whatever I do, but let's let it happen, I guess. Make them do it. Alright, so we're going to grab a mountain. Forest. Yeah. So we can play our Wake very soon. Yeah, so I guess their plan is just to counter magic us to death. Shall we try to escape to the wilds? Skittering Surveyor for a plane so that I can play both of these. Let's try to escape. Well, that's pretty gross. Wow. That's really gross. The good news is I have to do it this turn. Right? Yeah. So they have to play these things this turn or they lose them. Which they probably should. I mean, they have Chandra, after all. Yeah.
I know. I am hot, aren't I?
Not looking awesome for us, but...
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to survive this one.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything to back for more that's worthwhile. I mean, I guess it would let me kill... Yeah. So we can Angel of Sinks and Chandra. That's probably our best play here.
Well, that was a disaster.
Patient Rebuilding is going to mess us up. Yep. That'll do it. I don't want to go up against a fast deck, but I also don't want to go up against a deck with counter magic. So give me something else. Man, this deck would have been good for the zombie token land. Right, I think this is fine. Alright, so now we're up against an aggro deck. We do actually have a reasonably good hand for combating aggro. Like Filigree Familiar is pretty nice against it. But I'm still pretty worried. Let's go with the Familiar here. This may just get, we may just get stomped as an 0-3 here, which I was a little worried about. Ugh. Well, the good news is I can block Tajik right now if I want to. Yeah. And I think I do. Alright, so playing Elspeth and making 2 tokens doesn't seem terrible, but I kind of feel like I need to get rid of that Banneret. So I think we're going to Fairgrounds Warden it. It was going to be big enough to start mentoring things left and right, and I didn't really feel like dealing with that. So I mean, we're at 15 right now, and they're running out of gas, so I don't hate that. That gives us a very real chance. So I think I'm gonna play Elspeth here.
Heliod, I have killed one god already. Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Yeah, I'll probably play Karuga next turn unless I have to sanction something really badly. Nice. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna attack with these tokens first. Yeah. I think we might have this one now. Oh yeah, they can make their own token. I guess that's a thing. But it also means I know they don't have anything else. Like, they're not the kind of deck who wants to be doing what they're having to do right now.
Heroes, rally to me.
Ooh. So red, white, black, green, blue. Yeah. So we can actually use his ability. That's pretty nice. This is why Field of the Dead would have been good in this deck. I hope I didn't pass one. I may have kind of overlooked it. Just because it's hard to make work in most decks. This is the one where it can work, though. Well, they had to do that without getting any real value out of it, so I'm happy about it, I think. Okay, so do I feel like I need to sanction something here? I don't think I do. I'm going to use her -1. So they're going to go after Karuga here, I would guess. Then I think we Angel of Sanctions their cast out.
Beats within your breast.
Yeah, because then I get back Karuga and get to draw again. So... a Phylath. Okay, so... I am going to play a land here just so I can play the Druid. We ought to be able to overwhelm them at some point soon. Okay. And they did just make things a little more of a challenge, that's for sure. So my Apparition can't get the Angel. It can get these little guys. So... I'm going to attack with Karuga here. I have a feeling the tokens will block him. That's okay. We have 2 basic lands right now. So Phylath is actually only going to make... Yeah. Yeah, I think we go for Golos here. Doesn't really matter what we grab, but... Play another basic land here. Do I want to Apparition anything right now? I kind of don't think so. Although I guess using my mana would be wise. Yeah, let's go ahead and cultivate. So, it'd be nice to draw Ulamog. Golos will probably help us find Ulamog, so... Although, my Angel having cast out under it is a little scary. Yeah, I probably will Apparition the Earthshaker in the end. Yeah, that's gross. That gives them a free attack. A free attack. I don't think they can actually accomplish much with it, is the good news. We're just gonna let that hit us. Yeah, I guess we'll chump you, chump you, and chump you, and take the rest. Yeah. Oh, hey, we did draw him. Okay, well now we don't have to do any of the silly shenanigans I thought we would have to. So we're gonna get that and this. Play another basic land. It should be quite the challenge for them to come back from this. If they kill my Angel, they could exile Ulamog. I guess that's the plan, maybe. Yeah. All right, we're not going to do an 0-3. Got to play our game in that one, pretty much. That early Filigree Familiar went a long way towards us surviving the early onslaught from their creatures. Life gain, trades for something, draws me a card. I mean, it's pretty great. Alright, I think we can keep this. We have access to pretty much all of our mana. Yep, it was basically Greed Pile MP. Okay. We're like a 5-color ramp thing. I wish we had a Llanowar Elves, though. Ooh. So they're a +1/+1 counter deck, I'd say. So what do I grab with this Evolving Wilds? We've already got Mountain Forest, blue. I guess we grab a Plains, yeah. Yeah, it's mostly only 4 colors, MP, but we do have Golos, so we ran some extra stuff for him to work out. Yeah, so let's play this. And Treasure Map. So they're going to go crazy with counters here. We do have a Reclamation Sage somewhere. I think that's our main. Oh my god. I'm glad I can kill it, but that is scary. No doubt about that. I can kill it, and when it comes back, it'll just die. So it's kind of a free thing to kill with Fairgrounds Warden. Alright, so time to go crazy with Scoot Swarm, I guess? Yeah? We want to play an untapped land so that we can scry. Yeah, Embercleave would have been bad news for me, for sure. So the Ooze will get 2 counters right now, which is not good. I'm just hoping I can swarm them. I think we're going to take a hit here, most likely. Because I need to go crazy with these, and I can afford to take 7 here, I think. Yeah, so we're just going to take 7. Alright, then we're going to scry. Yeah, we don't really need you. Playing Karuga here is pretty nasty. So because these... Yeah. Yeah. So I'll draw... Yeah. So let's play Karuga. We'll draw 2 cards? 3? Yeah, 2 cards. It's enough for me. To make sure the gas continues. Guess I'm gonna scry. I don't really have much to lose in doing so. Ooh, well, we're actually wide enough right now that Song of Freyalise is pretty nasty. Yeah. So we want to try to go wide ahead of Chapter 3, which I think we're very capable of. So let's play this Temple Garden tapped. And then we'll play... Should I just attack with Karuga? Nah. I'll play Elspeth.
I can escape my past no more than I can escape my shadow. Together,
I guess maybe I should have
exact
played the
justice.
song first, but... So they do have a big creature coming, but I'm not that worried about it. I don't know why they're not just exiling my Evolving Wilds for the sake of it. Okay. So that's 8 mana. If I want to do all of it. So Cultivate will make me more Scoot Swarm. So yeah. Let's do this.
I am proud of my comrades.
Maybe I should have gotten that swamp. I mean, I can always get it with my Surveyor, I guess. Yeah, then we'll play this Forest. And then, oh yeah, we can just play everything if we want to here. Look at all this mana. I mean, you know, that will make my Song of Freyalise less potent, but none of this stuff has trample. Alright, so I'm gonna throw you there. Yeah, so I think we have to block with a bunch of non-scoot tokens. But it's actually going to be hard to do that because of the way I used my creatures as mana. It won't be that hard. Yeah. Yeah. Ulamog. Not Ulamog. Not really something I need. I think mostly we want to find our Ulamog. Hey, there's that Reclamation Sage. Okay, so this is going to be nuts. The Escape to the Wilds with this in play is going to be amazing. So let's do it. Let's find that Ulamog and end this thing. Hey, there's Ulamog. And irrigated farmland. Yeah, and then we'll play Ulamog. Get rid of the Beanstalk Giant. And Scavenging Ooze.
Believe in yourself as I believe in you.
I could play Mirari's Wake here, but I'd have to tap enough things that I don't think I want to do it. I think I'd rather just... Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I don't know how they can come back from this. Maybe they have a sweeper? Even if they have one, Ulamog doesn't care, so... I could have played Mirari's Wake there, but it would have just rubbed salt in the wound, I think. So... Yay, ramp deck! Nice. Let's hope we didn't get paired with somebody. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my display real quick because I'm pretty sure I have to restart Arena. Classic. Classic Arena. Okay, let's see if it loads. I think it is loading. I just hope we weren't paired with somebody. All right, good, we weren't. We haven't gotten to go off with Golos yet, but we have cast Ulamog twice. And we went crazy with Scoot Swarm in that game too, so, you know, that was pretty fun. Okay, this is fine. It's not perfect, but it is fine. Yeah. Turn to treasure map. Yeah, that's an early Grim Lavamancer. So we're going to scry our next upkeep because we don't have the 4 mana. We need to play everything in our hand anyway. Do love me some Grim Lavamancer. Though I don't love playing against it. Yeah. Seems fine. I mean, I need that 5th land at some point, but... They're probably... Well, I don't know what they are. Elspeth seems pretty good here, but so does Mangara. Yeah, maybe we go with Elspeth. Yeah, let's go with Elspeth. 2 1/1s is pretty good on this board. They might counter whatever we try to do here anyway, so... Bringing Elspeth back later.
The tragedy of my death has only strengthened my resolve. Heroes, rally to me.
Okay.
The heat of my flame. Magnificent.
Yeah, that's not good. We kind of needed to hit a land there. Yeah, I mean, we need that Angel of Sanctions to get going if we're going to have a chance here. Question is whether I should just gain life with her. It's probably better overall to let them just attack her than it is for me to gain 5. Yeah, I mean, I would net 1 life. So yeah, we really need that 5th land. If we get it, we're going to be in business, obviously. But if we don't, I think we might get run over here. Maybe Mangara will draw us a card at least. That would help.
Might demands power.
Nice. I don't know if I would have only attacked with one thing there. Like, Mangara is a problem to be sure, but I feel like hitting me for 4 with the other dragon would have been pretty good. Oh, hey, that looks familiar. Oof. Yeah, that's... I think we lost this one. We do have a pretty ugly curve. Nice. See if they're still afraid to attack with more than one thing just because of Mangara. Well, now they won't be. I do get to draw a card, though. Yeah, coming back from this will be hard. I mean, our deck can do some crazy things, but we're so far behind here that I don't know how we're gonna get there. Song of Freyalise triggers next turn too. Yeah, you're a little too late. Yeah, that pretty much does it. We could try to resist, but it wouldn't go very well. Ooh, okay. I can get behind this. We can go crazy with Scoot Swarm. So what do we want to grab? Mountain would be the answer. Uh-oh. We did manage to beat an aggro deck earlier, but I think we're going to need Filigree Familiar and the like to really... This should help, actually. We're going to take a big hit here, but... I think I can live with it. So we'll get Plains... Forest... Ooh. Okay. So... I'm not going to have 6 or more lands yet, which means I think I want to hold off. So I think we just play Elspeth here.
I will rend the sun from the heavens. If you are going to fight, fight beside me.
Then next turn we can play our Swarm. And hopefully the mob of tokens will keep us alive. I can Apparition and Swarm next turn, which is pretty good. I mean, if that's all they're going to do, I definitely double block the Knight. I mean, okay. Use your braid on my token. I guess that works for me. Okay, so. Play the Swarm here. Not like that, though. And then... we have 2 white already, right? Yeah. Let's go for the Kenra.
Heroes, rally to me.
I think from here we should be able to stabilize. Barring a Pyroclasm-like effect. Yeah, so we're just gonna chump each of them. So, I think Escape to the Wilds... Ooh, my. Well, that'll work too. So we play Phylath. He'll give us 5 tokens, which usually he's not going to give us that many, but he's going to do it here. So next turn we'll escape. Yeah, not really any reason to do anything with Elspeth here. I mean, I guess I could pump a token and send it in, but I feel like we'll have a better time to use her later on. So the Lavamancer is kind of a problem, but I think we can overpower it with the number of tokens and stuff we're about to do. What were those? Ooh, Aurelia. That's less than ideal. I'm hopeful we can find a way to deal with her with our escape to the wilds. Okay, so let's escape to the wilds as planned. Okay. Right now, I would like mill myself if I played Karuga, which is kind of funny because these all have a converted mana cost of 3. So keep that in mind. Okay. So, how much more stuff do I want to play? Well, I think first I'm gonna pump 2 of these. Yeah, okay. Alright, we got there. Alright, well, you know, this deck is overperformed. I knew we had a lot of action if we could get to the late game and could do some silly things with mana. But it's been more consistent than I expected, I guess. I mean, we've definitely seen games where it performed badly, but we're at least going to break, you know, not lose more than we win anyway. So that's good. Okay, it's pretty good. We've yet to get this early. It'll be nice to have it early. Ooh. It's pretty spicy. So we can play Elspeth next turn if we play an untapped land. Yeah, you know, I kind of felt like we didn't quite get there on going wide or on ramp, but it turns out the Scoot Swarm especially does both for us, and I didn't really think of it that way. I should have. I was just thinking of it more as with the ramp aspect being really good, but obviously it helps you go wide. So, do I just want to slam Elspeth here? Probably. That is probably what we want to do. Even if
more
the
than I can
Enforcer
save
hits
my
her,
shadow.
which it probably will,
Together we can exact justice.
they're probably... Are they a sack deck, I wonder? But, yeah. Even if their Enforcer does hit us, or hit Elspeth, she can still make 2 more tokens, and that's all I really care about, so... I mean, you know, her +1 matters, but... Alright, well, we're pretty cool with that, too. We can Angel of Sanctions again, which we've been able to do a few times. I can actually hit Cast Out with Skyclave Apparition if I'd rather do that. Maybe I would. I probably would. Yeah, so it's Apparition.
Prepare yourself, Heliod. If you are going to fight, fight beside me.
Apparition is so good. There's our friend Phylath again. We're gonna pay 2 here. I'm gonna -2 her.
I am proud of my comrades.
I'm gonna play Mirari's Wake. Yeah, we'll send them all. Right now, Phylath will make 2 tokens. Yeah. I'm sure they'll block and get the 1/1 off the Enforcer, but we're kind of okay with that. I mean, Elspeth has done her duty. And in fact, she gave us 2 more tokens than we expected because of Cast Out. Works for me. See you later, Elspeth.
Nightmares torment me still.
Yeah, I mean, it's a question here. It's probably worth playing Phylath just for the 2 tokens. They're going to be... Yeah, it's probably worth it. I don't love it, but... But that does produce a pretty large roadblock for our opponent. These are going to get bigger, but it doesn't really matter right now. I should have attacked first, incidentally, but... Alright, so I'd say we're in great shape here. This deck is really overperformed. For me, you know, I didn't feel great about how our draft went, but it's worked out. They could have a sweeper here, but because of Back for More and Angel of Sanctions being in her hand and Elspeth being in our graveyard, like all of that makes me not that concerned about it. So now we can Back for More Phylath, which is ridiculous, but probably what we'll do. Yeah, I guess we'll attack first. I don't want to give them back Cast Out, and it's probably just not going to be necessary to risk that. I guess we can Back for More on their turn. We may as well wait. So we'd have 1,000,000 mana, though. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't attack with the Apparition. Okay. You know, Given that we have 1,000,000 mana, I think it's probably worth just Back from Mourning now so I can also cultivate. Although Back from Mourning gives us a removal spell, but then so does our Angel, so... yeah. Oh yeah, I forget they only get the token. So now we don't have Back for More as our backup plan, but we do still have Angel of Sanctions. We still haven't gotten to go off with Golos, which is kind of sad, but other than that... Right, this looks okay. We're not going to be great at utilizing Song of Freyalise with this hand. I just want to hold on to it, as weird as that is. We just don't have any cheap creatures or tokens to really abuse it. Yeah, I mean, I think in general... our deck's more interested in using Song of Freyalise to, like, combo late than it is in playing it early. We're just gonna hold on to it. So, there's certainly not a fast deck. Trying to decide if it's going to be worth Song of Freyalise this turn. I don't think so. So counter magic seems likely, but overall, I'd say we're okay with that. Try to play Mangara here. Okay. So we can play Golos next turn, which is pretty good. We don't have the mana right now to really abuse him, but I'd probably play this as a swamp. Song of Freyalise will ultimately help us do that. Yeah, we don't have red, which is kind of a problem. I guess my Skittering Surveyor can always get it for me. So maybe we hold off on Golos. Play Surveyor and Song of Freyalise this turn. Yeah. See if they let it resolve. They do. We'll grab a mountain. Play that mountain. Play Song of Freyalise. I don't know what they have in their hand if they're not countering stuff. I guess maybe their plan is to... well, negate makes sense. That explains why things didn't go our way. Is it worth attacking with Mangara? I don't really think it is. Too many things go wrong, and it's just going to get blocked. It's just going to gain me life, basically. So it's kind of irrelevant. Well, that's funny. We'll probably Angel of Sanctions their Angel of Sanctions. Ooh. If only they hadn't countered that Angel of Freyalise. or Song of Freyalise. We don't have 2 white mana, do we? Man. So I kind of have to play the Pathway as a Plains here. Which isn't the end of the world, but... Hey, Miss Lethal. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if if they kill our angel, get back their angel. Mostly, we're just trying to make this game go long so we can cast this Ulamog, which we're capable of doing. So yeah, they're gonna get back their angel. Right now, they don't have anything in their graveyard to get back. Is the good news. Oh yeah, I always forget Golos can just find me the land I need, too. Seems kind of busted in that way. Alright, so... yeah, let's play the Wilds. Sack the Wilds. Grab the Swamp here. Play Golos. Might as well grab a Triome. Yeah. So, we can use Golos' ability on our turn. So, because they have Chapter 3 coming up, there's, like, no reason for me to block. Like, even blocking the Familiar isn't really going to be worth it here. So, I mean... that means I get back my Mangara. I can live with that. It does... they're going to get back the Angel with their, Elspeth Conquers Death, but... the fact that I have... Ulamog in my hand makes me not that worried about it. So we are actually going to attack here. 1, 2... I wish, you know, Chapter 2 right now is really dampering our efforts. I could escape to the wilds just to try to find the lands I need. I'm not going to be able to cast anything, most likely, but I think it's probably worth it, because we need to play this Ulamog. Yeah. We're going to pay 7 mana for it, but... alright, cool. So, Inter's tapped. Inter's tapped. The thing is, they're kind of unlikely to... they're kind of unlikely to pay... to not leave up counter magic, but this is a cast trigger, so I'll get to exile no matter what. If there aren't 2 things for me to exile... okay, there are. Glad to hear you got all those wins already, MP from Germany. Okay, so we definitely play Ulamog here, exile both of these, and get Mangara. We can actually play this as a land, so I guess we might as well. See you later, see you later. That ought to seal the deal, more or less, but we'll see. Yeah. We are currently 5-2, I think, MP from Germany. Yeah. Your record might be better than ours in the end, even though we beat you. That's how it goes, though. Your deck is probably better against a wider variety of things. My deck is, I think, been more consistent than it has deserved to be. Like, I mean, we have a pretty good mana base, but the 2 games we lost were both games where it felt like, you know, it wasn't unfair that we were mana screwed because of what our mana is. Okay, so this is fine. Hey, that's a little more than fine. We still haven't gotten to go off with Golos. We could have in the last game, but playing Ulamog was way better than Golosing, I think. Could be wrong, but... So, I think we hold on to Turn Timber Symbiosis in this deck. We might have to play it as a land someday. Oh, that's sad. See you later, Golos. Well, there's a Mirari's Wake. So we're gonna grab a mountain here. So we can't actually play Elspeth because of the mana that I decided to grab, but I think I'm okay with that. Maybe. I needed to draw the mountain for Escape, but once I play Mirari's Wake, I would have been able to play Escape. Or I'll be able to play Elspeth, is what I mean. That is not good. Okay then. Probably play you as a Plains. Yeah. So, without currently having something to ramp into... So they're going to get a 4/4 copy of our Golos, which is so sad. I think we just want to play our Wake here. That lets us set up some silly things next turn. So the good news is they probably don't have the mana to use Golos' ability. But maybe they do. They paid the life, even though they can't get it untapped. It's not an option. Okay. Alright, so I could just turn Timber Symbiosis here, rather than the other options we have. So I could Escape. That still leaves me with 6 mana, and then I can play another land. Yeah, we might as well Escape. Okay. I think I'm liking what I see here. It's tempting to grab the Scoot Swarm now. So I have 7 mana, so I can actually do both. So I think we Fairgrounds Warden. The Scarab God. Then we play Scoot Swarm. Then we play Sun Petal Grove. Okay, well I still get the token, so... I already played my other land, so... Play my treasure map. and use it, since I have 1 mana floating. I think we'd rather just find Ulamog at this point, please. So if they have a way to kill our Swarm now, we're going to be kind of sad. I shouldn't have played the land I did before Mirari's woke. So they probably go after the Warden, yeah. No surprise there. Yeah, that's nasty. Gotta hand it to them. So the thing is, if I hit Ulamog, I don't get the trigger. But it might still be worth it. I could also just play everything I have here. I have enough other things, I guess, that it's probably worth it. Alright, let's do it. So, we're going to go with Phylath. I made the mistake of already having played my land again, but, you know, it's whatever.
Death itself cannot hold my point. Heroes, rally to me.
I can hold off on Treasure Map in this case. Yeah, that's not good. Uh-oh. Well, I think it may be time for us to lose our 3rd game. I mean, there's always Ulamog. That's the thing. Like, it seems like maybe we've lost, but it's like, well, I guess if I get Ulamog, I'm in pretty good shape. Yeah, I may as well, well, we'll see. I can scry at the end of their turn, then I can scry at the end of my turn, so... Or at the beginning of mine. Yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, then we'll also scry at the beginning. Although we lose a mana if we do it. But yeah, it's worth it, I think. So I'm not sure we have the time for Song of Freyalise. I think we need, it's kind of Ulamog or bust at this point. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah. So, go forest, make you big. Cultivate. Alright, so we've thinned out our deck pretty well at this point. Trying to decide if it's worth attacking. I think it probably is. they've added some cards with numerous a couple remastered sets, and Jumpstart is mostly where a bunch of cards got added. I don't hate that. What I do hate is that the Scarab God can just get them back, which I kind of probably should have thought of. But
If you are going to fight, fight beside me.
But as always, you know, it doesn't matter if we draw Ulamog. Yeah, it's gross. Okay. I can blow up Golos. Oh, there we go. There's some business. I think we go after the Scarab God here, because we're pretty much dead to the trigger at this point. So...
You are braver than you know.
Send those both in. Exile those so they can't get them back.
I rend the sun from the heavens. Heliod will pay.
I wonder if they have a sweeper.
I am proud of my comrades.
Guess we'll see. So they can play my Phylath, of course. We've got 14 cards left. One of them is Ulamog. Oh, they're in desperation mode now. Yeah, I mean, a swing with everything is getting pretty potent. I mean, Phylath will make them enough tokens to survive. You know, getting life with Elspeth, there's probably something to be said for that. I think making the two bodies overall is better, but... Yeah, our Angel's gonna get there. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I keep underestimating our deck, apparently. We keep finding a way to get there. Okay, so block, 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 block. I guess I don't have to, like, give up a creature if I don't want to. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. All right, we did it. I guess I should just start believing in this deck. Now that we're at 6 wins. been a pretty long first draft because of our deck. It's been almost 2 hours. This will be our last game with the deck one way or another, whether we win or lose. Pretty good opener. You are part planes. Maybe it's just better to play the garden tapped. 'Cause then I can play my druid next turn. Okay. I think we take 3. We'd rather have the mana. And that is not good, but that's when you feel pretty good about them getting back a 3/3 token instead, you know? Interesting they milled both of those. They're both real cards that would have had an impact. Ah. Now it makes more sense. So I guess I play my Swarm here. I mean, I'm a little worried they'll find a way to stop the shenanigans, but I can get an insect out of it right away. I guess all they need to do is get 2 cards in their graveyard and they can really F us up, but so I think we take 6 here. With that Lavamancer in play, maybe that's a little crazy, but okay. Well, Fairgrounds Warden. I think I'd take the Ranger out. The thing I'm worried about, potentially, is them getting to explore again, but I think I can live with it. So next turn we'll get to Escape to the Wilds, at which point we should get going with Scoot Swarm. They'll just kill us with it. Yeah. Taking that damage might not have been worth it, but I'll take the 6 and 3 from this deck, I gotta say. Considering I was like not gonna be surprised if it went 0 and 3, which, you know, clearly I was just wrong.